This is tempeh, and it's really good. But what the heck is tempeh, and why do I think you should be eating more of it? Tempeh is cultured and fermented soybeans. The culture grows a mycelium that binds the soybeans into a cake-like form. Mycelium is like a mushroom root or fungus, but this is a good fungus and very good mushroom root. It doesn't taste like mushroom at all. It actually has kind of like a nutty-like flavor, but it's also very mild. You can season it and cook it loads of different ways. And even if you don't like beans, it comes out surprisingly really good. Now, this one uses organic soybeans, but you can make it or find it from loads of other beans, or even grains like rice, wheat, or barley. Today, I am gonna be focusing on this one. Now, I'll be honest, I did not like tempeh at first, but that was probably because of the way that people were preparing it. I only had it a few different ways, and none of them were really that good. But once I started making it at home, I was really pleasantly surprised. I actually like it a lot now. Now for the good stuff. This little block right here has 45 grams of protein. Now that comes in at 400 calories, so you could divide this into maybe like 2 or 3 servings. It also has very little fat, coming in at 11 grams and 0 cholesterol. And it's loaded with B vitamins, fiber, iron, calcium, along with other minerals, and because of the phytoestrogens, which are not mammal-based estrogen. Phytoestrogens may be responsible for improving your cholesterol, lowering blood pressure, protecting your heart, improving insulin resistance, lowering inflammation, and promoting bone health, all because of this. And now there is some evidence to show that it may lead to better muscle performance, along with reduced fatigue and anxiety. This is really easy to cook. You can whip this up in, tonight's dinner is gonna take maybe 20 minutes. I do recommend marinating it, which is gonna help it really absorb the flavor. That's what we're gonna do here. First, I'm gonna take 2 blocks. I'm gonna use 2 blocks for tonight's dinner because the leftovers are gonna be nice and you can store these leftovers for a few days. I'm gonna cut both blocks into small squares or triangles, whichever you want. Then in a bowl, I'm gonna toss in a teaspoon of minced garlic, about 1/4 cup of veggie broth, 2 tablespoons apple cider vinegar, a little bit of chili oil, 2 tablespoons of coconut aminos, you could use soy sauce, and a little bit of nut steak sauce. You gotta try this stuff, it's so good. This is my sauce, you can buy it at nutsteaksauce.com. You're gonna love it. And lastly, a little bit of peanut butter. Now, I've been using peanut butter powder just to reduce the fat and the calories because I am going for lower calorie meals personally. You could use what you like. I'm gonna be using a tablespoon of peanut butter powder. Now, I'm just gonna quickly mix this up, toss in the tempeh, and let it marinate for about 15 minutes, which is plenty of time for today's sponsor. So I talk about coffee all the time. I used to drink a lot of it, but it was giving me the jitters, keeping me up at night, and honestly, past that first cup of coffee, it really wasn't doing anything extra for me. And by the middle of the day, I was crashing really hard. And that's when I decided to give Mudwater a try. Mudwater is a Healthy Habits brand with a chocolatey, chai-tasting morning ritual kit. It's got 4 functional mushrooms, and with only a fraction of the caffeine of a cup of coffee, you get natural energy without the jitters or the crash of coffee. And it's really good, like really good. My gosh, I love this stuff. Each ingredient was added for a reason. Cacao and chai for a hint of caffeine and a hot chocolate-like flavor. Lion's mane for focus, cordyceps to promote natural energy, and both chaga and reishi to support a healthy immune system. And I've totally noticed the difference in swapping out my midday coffee for Mudwater. Plus, it's Whole30 approved, 100% USDA certified organic, non-GMO, gluten-free, vegan, and kosher. So gang, Mudwater is looking to hook up my show with a special offer. Go to mudwater.com/Saucestache and get a free frother and 15% off. That's mudwtr.com/Saucestache. Get a free frother and 15% off. That's mudwater.com/Saucestache. Mudwater, thanks for sponsoring today's video and for creating such a fantastic product. I love this stuff. Okay, we're back. Now what about the price? The tempeh that we're using today comes in at 47 cents an ounce. So a little bit more than chicken's 35 cents an ounce, roughly. But depending on where you shop, you can find tempeh as low as 30 cents an ounce, bringing it a heck of a lot closer to that chicken protein price. Now, the tempeh is marinated. We're gonna get the rest of this dish cooking. It's only gonna take a few minutes. Now, I have some simple bagged rice. We're gonna steam some broccoli. And I don't know if you have one of these things, but it's super cool. This is a popcorn maker, but it works really well as a steamer for like a microwave when you want a quick meal. Honestly, I'm just gonna chop up some broccoli, toss it in here with about a tablespoon of water, maybe a little bit of salt, toss it in the microwave for just a few minutes to allow it to steam together. While that's steaming, I'm gonna grab a nonstick pan, toss it over a medium heat, add a bit of olive oil, then we're gonna toss in the tempeh along with most of the sauce. I do wanna save just a little bit of it. Now I'm gonna bring this up to a simmer and let it cook for about 10 minutes, just flipping it throughout. That's all you need to do. Now the broccoli is done. I'm gonna throw the broccoli into the bowl with that little bit of a leftover marinade, toss it around, and then we're gonna plate this up. Let's start with the rice, toss the tempeh on one side, the broccoli on the other, and Boom. Now, I have a little bit of leftover popcorn from lunch. I'm just gonna kind of sprinkle this on here as a topping. This looks amazing. I mean, look at this. I think it's incredible, but let's see what Monica has to say. You can't be there. No.
He doesn't know you're saying no to.
Come on, please, over here. Good boy, good boy. I don't want to temper your expectations, but I have a feeling that this tempeh is going to be really good.
I can't wait. Should
Okay.
I just try the tempeh
Yeah, let's
first?
just try the tempeh first. I'm really just
gonna
curious.
jump
We're just gonna
on in.
dive into it. I mean, just look at how crisp that is.
Oh,
You gave me an extra piece. Cheers.
Nope.
Oh my God. Oh.
Sorry, I can't keep it. Okay,
Okay.
let's try this again.
Here we go.
Here we go.
I mean, that's awesome.
Big bite.
Did you take the whole thing? That's so funny. For the first time ever, you took the whole thing and I took a bite.
I was afraid I would just drop it.
Well, I wonder why you're afraid of that.
This is really good. I love the flavor.
Yeah, what do you think? Like, what do you think about the tempeh as a protein?
Oh, I like tempeh. I don't need enough of it.
Yeah,
But
I know, we don't.
I like it. I like that it's like a little nutty.
Yep.
And
that's
you can
perfect.
flavor it with whatever like you want to give it a flavor. So I like this flavor. It's kind of a little sweet,
Yeah.
a little Asian style. But I've also had it where it's kind of like have orange flavor. It's like orange chicken, you know, like kind of, and that's always good. And I've had like the fakin tempeh, which
Yeah.
I really like on a fakin, you know, lettuce and tomato sandwich or something. But I really like this version of it. It's delicious.
I mean, I love that you said nutty because that's the exact way that I described it earlier. But I also made the sauce like kind of like a peanut sauce. I add a little bit of the peanut butter powder to coconut aminos.
I can taste the peanut and aminos is giving it that sweetness.
Yeah, so I mean, I mean, really, as a protein, it comes out awesome.
Yeah, it's got like a nice snap
Chew?
or chew, like soft nutty bite, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
don't know.
bite into it without it falling apart. Like it holds together really well. It's a nice texture, super good consistency.
I like that the outside's a little like crispy.
Yeah.
You know, a little like.
I was actually thinking about making it a little bit more saucy than when I made it. I tend to always make things really saucy, and I know that's not your thing.
Even if you made it saucy, that would be okay
Yeah.
too. Like to give like a sauce on top of it.
So I weighed my bowl, and this came out to 600 calories, but with 45 grams of protein, more than 45 grams of
awesome.
protein. So this came out to like a pretty like nutrient-rich dinner that I wouldn't feel bad about, you know, because it's good protein.
Yeah.
Here you go, baby. This is dinner.
Yay, dinner.
Yeah. It did come out really good.
Yeah, that's awesome.